So in between that clip of me taking down the house and now has actually been about 2 to 3 weeks, maybe, because the Copper Age drop happened, and then I was waiting for the mods to catch up to it so that I could have like flashback and all those others available to me. That's kind of the downside of playing with a lot of mods, is that anytime there's an update, you've got to wait for the mods to update. Or I suppose you could just get rid of all the mods and then go back to vanilla for that, until the mods updated. But then that gets really kind of weird, especially when you've got some things that you've kind of gotten used to depending on, like flashback for making videos. As you can see, I have been indulging in the Copper Age drop. I have a full suit of copper items on me. Yeah, it's been kind of neat. The only thing I haven't done yet, is actually make a Copper Golem. I have plenty of pumpkins. I think the first thing that I want to do is, because I'm going to have a Copper Golem down here, because I want him to do all my sorting for me. And I think what I'd like to do is set that up right here. Okay. So I want some chests. I know that I've got some extra chests around here. So I'm going to put a double chest up there. I guess I do need to have that be openable. Okay. So we put a bunch of stuff in there. Put all that in there. Okay. Let's see. We'll put the shelves or the chests there for the moment. I mean, we've got stuff kind of everywhere. We'll see how all this sorts out. It'll be interesting to see how the Copper Golems work for this. So I think I need 2 copper blocks. Okay, I want 2 copper blocks. We'll put one there and one there. Okay, so that's going to end up being the chest. So maybe those actually need to come down one. Okay, put those in there. Then I need pumpkins. Pumpkins are out here. We're gonna need 2 pumpkins. And we need to do that, and empty that chest so I can put that stuff in there. I need these shears. Okay. And then these need to go on here. Okay. So now we got 2 iron golems, or two copper golems. Put that stuff in there, and then I want, we got a carved pumpkin. Let's put that in here for the moment. We're gonna need this, and then we need 2 more chests. They're already looking for stuff, which is cool. Okay, so we got 2 chests. I need a hopper. I want to put a well, not there. Not that way. I want this hopper to face down into that. Okay, so let's get rid of this chest. Okay, and so these guys are kind of going around figuring out where they need to put stuff. Okay, they put a lightning rod in there. And then we'll kind of get stuff kind of figured out here. I'm hoping that they can sort all the way up. Yep, okay, so they can hit those. Can they get the ones above? Or those too far up? Does look like they can go on top of stuff, so I'm wondering. Oh, those are pressure plates. Can they hit this third row up here? Or do they need some sort of stoop? And if they can still hit these bottom ones from there. I can hit these. And if we put that there. Are they just putting that stuff right back in there? They are. Okay. Okay, so they can still hit the one down below. And they're starting to see this one up here. I thought they could do 4 high. Alright, well, I need to sleep. So I think these guys are going to be busy for quite some time, although he seems to be stuck with those. And he seems to be stuck with those. So it looks like if there's not an empty chest, they can't put anything away, which means that they're kind of stuck. Yeah, I suppose what we could do is maybe having this lower is the answer. So that way stuff can kind of cycle through, maybe? Let's see, where are these things? Okay. Okay. Alright, so he can get up there and he can put stuff away if it's empty. And it's not empty. Okay, now it's empty. Alright, so I've got these guys set up, but it seems like they get stuck when they can't find an empty chest. So, like, this guy's carrying around this Nautilus shell and he has no idea where to put it because none of the chests have a Nautilus shell and none of the chests are empty. So I've changed the setup on this again so that he can put it there. The problem is we're going to end up getting kind of a round robin type effect. So it would be kind of nice if there was a way to designate like an overflow chest. I mean, if there's a lot of stuff, these guys are never going to be able to figure out what to do with it. I mean, I feel like I almost need to make another chest. Okay, so the Nautilus shells went in there. Where's my drops chest? Okay, let's put those there. That way, from now on, they will go in there. Okay, these things should go over here. See, now the problem is they're going back to putting stuff in there first and just cycling through, which isn't going to do them any good. Okay, so you put bones in there. Let me grab those because I don't want those in there. I want those in there. Now these tools can go in a different chest. Okay, he has no idea where to put the boat, so he puts the boat in there. Okay. Guy, there's a lot of stuff over here in this chest still. Yeah. Alright, I think I'm just going to have to keep an eye on them and figure out, you know, what they can and can't do, because they're obviously a little wacky. It'll take some getting used to. Definitely take some getting used to. Probably a more automatic system would be better. Well, I think with that situation set up, and we're just gonna have to keep an eye on the golems and see how they're working and kind of learn their method and see if we can't develop a storage system down there that kind of works. Like I said earlier, I do have the house taken down, so we're gonna start working on building a new starter house for me. But I think we'll do that in the next episode. So until then, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please hit the like button down below. And if you'd like to see more, hit the subscribe button. And until next time, you guys have a good one. Goodbye.